I just made possibly the easiest vegan meat recipe. This is a vegan glazed ham. It's absolutely delicious and so easy to make. Look at that ham. That is a piece of ham.
If you're vegan and you love to travel, join me on a vegan group trip in 2026 in Korea, Japan, or the Canadian Rockies. See the description box for more information.
Most of the work, guys, is done in this handy dandy food processor, guys. I swear to God, I've had this for over 10 years. This Ninja, I'm telling you, I wish they would sponsor me because I love this thing. This has been through the ringer, let me tell you. Now this food processor is, I believe, about 3.5 cups, and honestly it's probably a tiny bit too small for this recipe, but it still does the job. So I do recommend using a little bit of a bigger food processor. Hopefully you have a bigger one. This I feel like is a pretty small one. So let's jump in. Basically all we need to do is preheat the oven, which is what I'm doing right now. It's already preheated. And then take your food processor and just throw everything in, okay? So all the ingredients we're gonna throw in except for the gluten just yet, okay? I'm actually gonna get started with, maybe I'll start with the liquid. So soy sauce, okay? Some olive oil. Ooh, some miso paste. I believe this one is regular miso paste, but you can also use white miso paste. It's up to you. We also have liquid smoke. This is gonna give this that smoky, delicious flavor that you are used to in ham. And then I have a vegetable bouillon cube. Yes, we love a little veggie bouillon. I'm just gonna break it up a little bit to aid the blending process. Now we have the dry ingredients. We have, again, you don't have to add this in this order. I'm just doing it, okay? Nutritional yeast. Smoked paprika or regular paprika. I do recommend smoked. Again, we want that smokiness. We have a mixture of salt, onion powder, and garlic powder here. So we're gonna throw all that in here. Let's add in some cornstarch. And then this one is optional, but I like to add it for color. This is beetroot powder. Some people add red food coloring, so that's an option as well. Or you can just leave it out. Doesn't really matter. Now we wanna add our tofu, you guys. I love tofu. So we're gonna add our tofu. This is extra firm tofu. You don't need to press it or anything. We're just gonna break it up, okay? Break it up into chunks so that it can blend in the food processor. I'm gonna try to break it up into smaller chunks than I usually do, just so it can fit, okay? So this food processor I need to probably get a bigger one, but you know what? This has done me solid for many years. So I feel like I don't wanna get a new one just yet. So this recipe also makes great deli slices. So if you want to make this glazed ham and then for the leftovers, just use it as deli slices, that's an option. Or you can just not make the glaze and then just make the ham and slice it up into thin slices, and then that'll be your deli slices. Okay, there you go. Yeah, you know what? Breaking the tofu up into very small pieces was very helpful. So now all we do is blend this up until it is smooth, okay? That's like half the work. That's like half the work. Right, let's see here. Can we fit here? Sorry. There you go. So we're gonna blend this baby up. So sometimes you need to kind of like press it down a little bit. Actually, this is blending pretty well, but if you need to scrape down the sides a little and just kind of move things around, you may have to do that and then go back to blending. So you want to blend until it really comes together, okay? Now, it should look something like this. And now we can add our seitan, okay? Not seitan, vital wheat gluten. This is vital wheat gluten. This is what is needed to make seitan. I can't really describe what it is. Google it. We're gonna add this into our lovely food processor. Just carefully. Again, mine is quite small, so it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge, but I swear I've made this and it fits. So we're gonna make it work. That is a lot. Oh no. Why is it like more overfilled than before? I swear. Again, recommended to use a bigger food processor. Okay, we're gonna just carefully place it on. There you go, see, it'll work. And then again, we are going to process it until it comes together into like a firm dough. And what it's gonna do, it's gonna start like circling around, and you're gonna notice that it doesn't stick to the sides. That's what we want, okay? Once again, for this, I'm gonna carefully remove the lid. I'm gonna kind of scrape it down a little bit. As you can see, basically what I don't want is all the wheat gluten to be still at the top. So I'm gonna kind of press it down. Again, Guys, I swear this would be easier if I had a bigger food processor, but you know what? We're just working with what we got, okay? Sometimes that's what you gotta do, you know? Gotta work with what you have. Let's have a look here. Might still be a tiny bit powdery, but I think we can work. Actually, no, we're gonna keep it going because I want to do less work kneading because I don't like to knead. I feel like that's where I go wrong every time I make seitan is the kneading process. So I'm just gonna process it one more time. Okay, let's have a look at this monstrosity. Woo! Okay, so I'm gonna just take this out onto a clean surface. I probably could have done this a little bit more because basically you want this to come together more, okay? So that's okay. We can knead a few times to make this come together. So the point is to just, you shouldn't have to knead too much because most of that work is done already. But basically you need it, I don't know, maybe like 10 times just to make sure that it's, you know, it's come together into like a big firm ball, which it is already coming together. See? See, all that work is done already, you know? So now I'm just gonna like, you can kind of shape it into like whatever shape. You can shape it into a log if you want it to be more like deli slices, or you can shape it kind of a little bit more of a rounder shape to make it into, you know, a piece of ham. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. There you go. That's kind of what we're going for here, okay? And again, you guys, I'm telling you, this is foolproof, okay? Like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I made this. So now what we do is we want to wrap it up in aluminum foil. Aluminium. Yes, I'm reusing this. I made this the other day and I'm just gonna reuse it because I don't want to waste it. Okay, so we want to wrap it up in aluminum foil and just kind of make sure that it is wrapped up nicely. So I just kind of like fold the sides. You can also roll up the sides if you so wish. I didn't feel the need to do that last time, so there you go. Like so, okay? And then you just want to bake it, okay? You want to bake it at, what is the temperature? So you want to wrap it up in foil like this, and then you want to stick it onto a baking sheet, and you want to bake it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for an hour. And what I want to do is, while it's baking, every 15 minutes you want to be rotating your ham either by like 90 degrees or just by like this way, okay? It's just to cook it more evenly. But I find even if you just rotate it like this every 15 minutes, it's fine. But if you want it to be more, I don't know, thorough, you can rotate it like, you know, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Okay, you see what I mean? Bake it for an hour, and then you can clean up in the meantime. While that is baking, you can make a very quick and easy glaze. All you have to do is into a bowl, you're gonna add these ingredients together. First, I have veggie broth, some maple syrup, apple cider vinegar, some Dijon, brown sugar, and cinnamon. Just mix this together and we can just set it aside and wait for everything to complete. Why is it looking chunky? Let me get a whisk. There you go. Now we just wait. Go read a book, clean up your mess, and we just wait. All right, it has been an hour. I'm going to remove the foil. Be careful, it's gonna be hot. All right, I'm gonna get a cutting board. All right, so now you wanna remove the foil, make sure it's not too hot, okay? Then you have this lovely piece of ham. Hello, ham. There you go. And like I mentioned, you can literally just eat it like this. Now, if you're gonna use it as deli slices, you do want to cool it down completely, put it in the fridge, let it sit for like at least an hour. It's gonna firm up more. It's gonna make it easier to slice. Right now, it's gonna be a little bit harder to slice, especially if you wanna slice into like really thin slices, okay? But we are making the glaze. Remember, we're not making deli slices, we're making glaze. So what do? So we're gonna score the ham. So we're gonna just basically make shallow cuts on the top here. Not all the way through, just very shallow cuts, just to make a little bit of a dent. And I kinda like to do it in like a diagonal thing, okay? And be careful, it's gonna be a little hot. If it is hot, what I like to do, because I'm impatient, like I don't have time to let this cool down, so just hold it with like some tongs or something, or you know, be patient and just let it cool down a little bit, so at least you can touch it without like burning your hand. So first we have the cuts like this, and then I'm gonna turn it and then cut it the other way so that we're kind of making crisscross cuts, okay? And this makes it look really nice too. See how easy this is? Like literally anyone can make this. Okay, so now look at this. Now we've made these cuts. Why am I so bright here? Okay, let me just adjust this. There you go. Don't turn off the oven. Keep it on because we are glazing it and then we're gonna put it back in the oven, okay? We're gonna put this piece of ham, seitan ham, into a kind of small casserole dish. Now you don't wanna use a super big one. It just should be a little bit bigger than the actual ham itself because when we pour this lovely glaze, it's gonna kind of just like, you know, be in the dish and you don't want it to be too dispersed, if you will, okay? I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, we're just gonna make sure you give this a nice stir again. This is the glaze that we mixed together earlier. And then we're just gonna pour this on top. Super simple, and as you can see, the liquid, because it is liquid, it is just gonna kind of disperse. And what we're gonna do now is bake this in the oven again for 30 to 40 minutes. And every 10 minutes, you're gonna take this out and take a spoon and just ladle the liquid on top of the ham. So we're just gonna keep kind of pouring that glaze on top so that it's really got that glaze just kind of soaking into the ham. So that's what we're gonna do. Throw it back in the oven, 350 degrees, again, 30 to 40 minutes. Every 10 minutes, pour, okay? Pour the glaze on top. Let's go. And now we wait again. All right. Here it is, you guys. Look at that ham. That is a piece of ham. Once you're done, your glaze should have thickened up, kind of become a bit syrupy. I don't like to waste it, you know what I'm saying? Take a rubber spatula, just so we don't waste any of this glaze, and then just kind of like brush it on top. But you don't have to do this, but you know, I don't like to waste any of that good glaze, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, most of it, if you followed my instructions, most of it should be already, you know, in that ham, right? Because we've already poured all of that glaze onto the ham. So now, you basically want to cool it down just enough, for it to cool down, enough for you to kind of work with it. But that's it. Yeah, that's basically it. It's that easy. Look at that piece of ham. There you go. That's how you make it. And then yeah, whenever you're ready to serve, obviously add some, you know, beautiful sides, slice it up and enjoy. This is gonna be your centerpiece. This is gonna be your protein for your meal. It's delicious. And then if you have any leftovers, which I don't think you would, but if you did, put it in the fridge, let it firm up even more, and then slice it up into very thin slices and use it as deli slices. Or you could even cube these tiny little cubes and then use it as little, you know, little ham pieces in whatever dish you want to put it in. That's how you make the ham, guys. It's so easy. See, that was easy. Okay, all right, I'm gonna try to cut her up, even though I probably should wait a little bit longer. But again, patience is not in my blood. Okay, actually, you know what? It cuts pretty fine. There you go. Ooh. Guys, I'm telling you guys, do you see this? Oh. All right, let's try a piece, even though I know it's tasty. Oh my God, that glaze is so good. It just adds the extra oomph that you need, you know? What can I say? Look at that, guys. This is a piece of ham. Completely plant-based. No pigs were harmed in the making of this ham, you guys. It's delicious. It's a great alternative to a store-bought vegan ham. It's much more affordable. It's so easy. Like, basically I was just chilling other than waiting for the oven, you know?
For the full ingredients list and the written instructions, check out my blog post linked below. And if you enjoy this recipe, give my blog post a 5-star review. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And you guys, don't forget to check out my vegan group trips coming up in 2026. Once again, the links will be below for all of the details. We are going to Korea, Japan, and the Canadian Rockies. So hopefully I'll see you somewhere in the world, or I'll see you in my next video. Bye!